Hello dear students, myself Professor Girish Badgujar, and the title of this experiment is to interpret from the graph by observing the effect of spasmogens and relaxants on intestine of rabbit.
The objectives of this experiment are to understand the terms spasmogens, spasmodics, spasmogenic and antispasmodics or spasmolytic or spasm relaxants, to understand the phenomena of peristalsis, to understand the terms spasm, tonic spasms, atony, cramp.
To study the effect of spasmogens and relaxants, we use rabbit as an animal. Thyroid solution is used as a physiological salt solution. Acetylcholine is used as spasmogens and atropine will be used as relaxant. Various equipments required for the experiment includes Sherrington's rotating drum, student's organ bath, aeration tube, aerator, frontal writing lever, stand, clamps and plasticine wax. Now let's look at the theory behind the experiment.
Spasms characterized by sudden and involuntary increase in constriction of smooth muscles. Spasmogens are agents which initiate muscle spasm. Relaxants are agents which decrease the tone of smooth muscles. In intestine, presence of food triggers neural and central parasympathetic reflexes, causing contraction resulting onward movement of food bolus.
The drugs which produce spasm are called as spasmogens. They are also called as spasmodics or spasmogenics. An example includes acetylcholine, barium chloride, etc. While the drugs which reduce the spasm of smooth muscles by producing relaxation of smooth muscles are called as relaxants. They are also called as antispasmodics, spasm relaxants and spasmolytics. Example of relaxants includes atropine and adrenaline.
Obstruction in intestinal lumen is painful and results in cramp known as colic. Loss of peristalsis is known as atony of intestine. Spasmodics initiate smooth muscle contractions and restore peristalsis. Smooth muscle relaxants like papaverine and adrenaline reduce tone, force of contractility and induces relaxation. Acetylcholine increases tone and force of contraction of smooth muscles of intestine through muscarinic receptor and is spasmogenic in action. Atropine-like parasympatholytics nullifies spasmogenic effect of acetylcholine on muscarinic receptor and acts as spasmolytic.
Now this is the procedure. Let's have a look.
To study the effect of spasmogens and relaxants on rabbit intestine, isolate the jejunum of small intestine. Clean the contents of jejunum with thyroid solution in a syringe. Avoid any damage to smooth muscle lining of jejunum. Take a piece of jejunum about 2 to 3 cm long. Ensure the lumen of the jejunum is clean and open. Tie the thread to the top and bottom ends of the jejunum loosely. Ensure lumen remains open. Now mount the preparation in organ bath containing thyroid solution. Maintain the temperature of water bath at 37 degrees centigrade. Aerate the muscle preparation with aerator. Now stabilize the muscle preparation for 30 minutes under a tension of 0.5 to 1 gram. During stabilization, wash it with fresh quantity of thyroid solution for at least 4 times. Now, start the drum. You will observe the intestine shows pendular rhythmic movements under normal conditions evident from the pattern of tracings. Now inject 0.1 ml of stock solution of acetylcholine in the reservoir. Record the contractions for 30 seconds. You will observe upward movement of tip of the frontal writing lever. This indicates increase in tone and contractility of the preparation. Therefore, we can say acetylcholine shows spasmogenic action. Allow the preparation to relax by rapidly washing with fresh quantity of thyroid solution to wear off the effect of acetylcholine. Record normal pendular movements. Now inject 0.1 ml of stock solution of barium chloride and record the response. You will observe increase in tone and force of contraction as evident in the tracings. Therefore, we can say barium chloride also shows spasmogenic action. Allow the preparation to relax by washing with fresh quantity of thyroid solution to wear off effect of barium chloride. Record normal pendular movements once again. Now inject 0.1 ml stock solution of atropine followed by 0.1 ml stock solution of acetylcholine. Record the response for 1 minute. You will see the preparation shows normal pendular movements. This indicates acetylcholine in the presence of atropine doesn't show any change in normal pendular activity. Therefore, we can say atropine nullifies spasmogenic effect of acetylcholine and acts as antagonist of acetylcholine. Relax the tissue properly and record normal pendular movements. Now inject 0.1 ml stock solution of adrenaline. Record the response. You will observe the preparation is now relaxed, evident from the reduced tone and force of contractility. Hence, one can say adrenaline acts as smooth muscle relaxant.
So after performing this experiment, we can write the observation table like this. When acetylcholine is administered, it stimulates the muscle and produces the spasm, that is contraction. Therefore, this graph goes in upward direction. Similarly, when we administered barium chloride, it also stimulates the muscle and produces the contraction. So, acetylcholine and barium chloride are spasmogenic in nature. Now, when we administered atropine and acetylcholine together, then we can see there is no change in the movement of this graph. That means normal pendular movement is observed. Previously, we observed the effect of acetylcholine. Acetylcholine, if administered alone, it produces contraction of smooth muscles. But if acetylcholine is administered in the presence of atropine, then acetylcholine does not produce spasmogenic effect. It indicates that एट्रोपिन नलिफाइज द इफेक्ट ऑफ एसिटाइलकोलिन. एट्रोपिन ने एसिटाइलकोलिन को स्पाज्म प्रोड्यूस करने से रोका. दैट मीन्स एट्रोपिन इज एंटीस्पाज्मोडिक. Similarly, when we administered adrenaline, we can see the relaxation of smooth muscles. Relaxation होता है. So adrenaline is relaxant in nature.
You have learned that cholinergics are spasmogenic and anticholinergics are antispasmodic. Sympathomimetics or adrenergics are smooth muscle relaxants.